Welcome to Face to Face, thought leadership conversations for tech professionals, produced by Hospitality Technology. This video is presented by Infor, partnering with hospitality organizations to serve guests better using cloud technology. Today's topic, the benefits of cloud-based solutions. I'm Robert Firpo-Cappiello, Editor-in-Chief at Hospitality Technology. My guest is Claudia Infante, Vice President of Revenue Strategy at Margaritaville Hospitality Group. Margaritaville has built exceptional brand awareness and customer experiences. How has technology helped to drive that initiative?
Margaritaville's core purpose is to create and deliver fun and escapism. Guests in our different venues, we have everything from restaurants to homes to beach chairs to t-shirts, right? We have different ways to get the guests to come in and interact with us. And so for us, really, it's always been about the customer and doing it right by the customer. But obviously, and that has generated a lot of loyalty and goodwill. And we are a very well-loved brand, also because of the origins of the brand and the sentimental feelings that, singing the Margaritaville song brings you, right? It takes you back. And we have that kind of, feelings already in the people. So in general, we're a very well-loved brand. Over the last couple of years, over the last 3 or 4 years, Margaritaville has made very significant investments in not only in acquiring technology that is helpful to drive that experience, right? But it is also helpful to us as a brand to understand what our customers want, how do they want to be these experience to be delivered, and then consolidating those technology platforms helps us ensure that we're not only expanding on that commitment of quality and excellence and service, but also we're innovating the way that we cater to those customers, and that we're not just servicing the generation of people who know Jimmy Buffett, but a whole new set of customers who may not know who Jimmy is, but understand that Margaritaville is a state of mind, it's a lifestyle, and they want to be part of that. So it's helping us doing both, right? Helping us drive the engagement from the older generation of customers that we have, and then driving kind of that new and innovating feeling with the new generations of customers.
We have seen at Hospitality Technology, we have seen that the right point of sale, sales platform, or even the right catering platform can make a big difference in the customer relationship. It isn't just nuts and bolts. There's intangibles to it in building loyalty, such as the platforms that you have from Infor.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really important. I think sometimes we forget that having solutions that can integrate and that can give us information and more insight onto who our customers are, or how they're behaving, or what they're purchasing, or what they're interested in allows us to not only anticipate the guest needs, but also enhance that experience, right? If we already know what you like, and we can kind of have that in our systems, and it's a systemic environment, then we are much better at delivering the fun part of the service, right? Because it takes a lot of that effort away. Having POS systems for us that are friendly, user-friendly, and very efficient in the way that they function allows us to do training in a completely different way. So we focus our training, sure, in the platforms, and we spend time teaching our servers and our guest engagement staff, whoever they may be, whether it's the front desk or the housekeeping, or in general in the restaurants, right, with the POS, or the sales and catering teams, to how to manage these solutions. But we actually spend more time on how to engage with the guests based on the data that's in front of them. And so that to us has been very valuable in the properties that we have these systems, and they allow us to actually understand what the simple fact of understanding what are the best appetizers, or the best sold appetizers, or what are the favorites. We have a thing here in one of our hotels that we have like little mini margaritas. They're little cups about this big, and they are like they're the super seller. They're like our top seller. And so we know that. And so when someone comes in with a group or with some sort of function, our sales and catering people, that's one thing that they always recommend, because they say, we've seen these before, we've served them before, and they're so popular. And every time the waiters walk in with the trays full of little mini margaritas, they're huge. They're a huge hit. So things like that help us be, consistent in the way that we service our guests, but also spending more time on how we make these a genuinely fun experience for our customers.
So a cloud-based system that gathers data like that allows you to make predictions about
Absolutely.
how many margaritas to make, when to serve them, who has ordered them in the past, and who's likely to order them in the future.
Yeah, and we can even make comparisons, right? And say, you know what, for this group, we had this specific time and we paired it with this specific appetizer, and this is the result that we have. These are the comments that we have. Sometimes we pair the sales and catering information with some of the online reviews, or some of the reviews that our sales and catering guests leave afterwards. We always give them a survey, of course. So they tell us, the Margaritaville little mini margaritas were a hit. And so we have the way to kind of, put these things in front of our guests and anticipate what kind of fun they can have with some of the products that we have. And having solutions that, are cloud-based and connect, and we can show it on an iPad or even show it in a different screen that is not on property, helps us also, drive that sales boat out of the location into any office or anyone.
Yeah, as you're sharing this, I'm reminded that, the word loyalty for a restaurant or a resort used to mean some kind of a points system. Nowadays, it can really extend from brand discovery all the way through to your 5th time, your 10th time, your 100th time experiencing the brand, because of this ability to collect data and to make those judgments across locations based on who somebody is and what they actually want.
Yeah, we are actually working on a loyalty program for Margaritaville that is not public yet, so it's still coming. It'll be launched sometime next year, early next year. But the premise of the program is exactly that. It is more a program of recognition, and we know who our customers are and what they like, than it is about points and tiers and levels and all these metal names that these cards have or these programs have, right? We don't have any of that. And reality is we don't have yet the amount of hotels that some other hotel companies have, so that we can have these super complicated tier point systems. So what we decided instead is to just show our appreciation being loyal to our brand, for having, some of our customers have been following Jimmy Buffett for 30 years, 40 years, right? And they have been to the concerts. How do you reward that? How do you show someone that you care about them when they have been loyal for so long? So for us, it really has been more about what information can we have in a system that can make it not only efficient, but replicable, that we can make these experiences and these programs be replicable and scalable. Because that's the other piece, is hopefully, and I'm crossing my fingers here, our program goes boom, right? And all of a sudden we have, 5-10 million members. So how are we going to replicate and scale these solutions so that they can service the same, with the same amount of enthusiasm, with the same amount of fun, but also with the same consistency of the programs that we're putting out. So for us, really attaching our PMS solutions, for example, Infor has a great interaction and interfaces with programs and CRM programs. So it's really good to have kind of those solutions that connect really well and bring all that information into a single place, because then it allows us to really put the data where it belongs and create enough programs and enough diversity on our programs that we can service everybody and get more analytics out of it. So we're very much a company that drives not only satisfaction on the guests, but also for our hotel partners. We're a very profitable brand, so we want to make sure that all of our programs are profitable for them as well.
Mm-hmm. And are you able to speak to this is again a bit intangible, but that the having a cloud-based platform for CRM do you see a direct connection to that and enhanced revenue?
Yeah. So one of the things that happens, for example, in this loyalty program we're launching, right, is on giving people perks, and we call it perks. We don't call them rewards, and we don't call them, it's not points. So one of the perks, for example, right, is, let's just say it's a free appetizer. We want you to come in, and if you want to go to the restaurant, we'll give you a free appetizer. We are counting that if you go to a Margaritaville restaurant, a Land Shark restaurant, a 5 o'clock somewhere bar and grill, any of our concepts, and we have, by the way, 22 different food and beverage concepts. So we have plenty of selections for you to go. So if you go to one of those concepts, you sit down and you order an appetizer. Well, that's the one that's on the house, right? We're going to give it to you because you're a guest and we love you and we want you to come back. But you're not just going to eat the nachos and not wash them down with some sort of liquid of some sort, right? So there's always additional revenue that is generated by these visits. There's always additional opportunities as you walk out the restaurant and you had a great experience and our servers were fantastic and we sang happy birthday to you, whatever the occasion may have been. You memorialize it with a keychain, with a T-shirt, with a hat, with flip-flops, with a bike. I mean, we cannot fulfill the bikes fast enough because they sell out every time they come out. So we have so many, again, products that are not only visually appealing, but they're also very practical. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a frozen concoction machine in their kitchen, right? And they make margaritas on a Sunday night. So there's a lot of points and guest touch points that are available. And for us, obviously, having solutions that, again, can drive that consistency of the experience because they're connected across the platform and they're cloud-based and we can access them from anywhere, then we are in the, I guess, ahead of trying to anticipate those needs and trying to kind of cross those systems and make that experience a lot more seamless, in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. I love that notion that you can access it from anywhere because, your properties are all over the place. And yet the customer can return to the brand, but in a completely new place. And you've, thanks to a cloud-based point of sale and other platforms, you're able to recognize them and welcome them back.
Yeah, and absolutely. And then on these, obviously in these times where, we're all kind of forced to working from home, right? I haven't been to one of our properties in the last couple of, well, actually it's been 4 months. So it's been a while. And in other times and with other solutions, it would have been a mind-wrecking thing, like not being able to get the analytics or get the reports or get just like the day-to-day information that we usually get. So having these solutions has been, a life-saving solution for some of us that, are kind of stuck working from home,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Claudia, is there any question you wish I had asked you or something you'd like to mention that I can include in our webinar?
No, not really. I mean, it's great to see that we, that we get considered. Thank you for your consideration, for bringing us on board to doing these. I mean, obviously, we're great partners with Infor. We all get hospitality technology in our inboxes and in our magazine racks. So thank you. It's been fantastic. I love doing these. I love talking to people, and as you can see, I love myself hearing myself talk. So anything that I can offer, or anytime that I can give any guidance or be of assistance, I'm happy to be your contact for that.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, and I love the way you say at the end of a conversation, "Fins up."
Always, fins up. Thank you.
Learn more about tech solutions from Infor and from Margaritaville at hospitalitytech.com.